Hey guys, welcome to our video lecture series of Geotechnical Engineering. And today we are discussing about the origin and nature of soil. Today we are going to cover a topic like introduction, geological cycle, and weathering effect. So let's start with the introduction. So, origin of soil. So, what is soil? As you know that the upper layer of earth crust, which is unconsolidated material where the roots of plants can grow, is considered as a soil. So, first question is how soil can be formed. Okay, from here, soil are formed by weathering of rocks due to the mechanical disintegration or a chemical decomposition. When a rock surface gets exposed to atmosphere for an appreciable time, it disintegrates or decomposes into a small particles and thus soils are formed. मतलब जो हमारा पेरेंट रॉक होगा, ठीक है, वो कुछ टाइम के बाद उसके अंदर कुछ इरोजन इफेक्ट्स आएंगी, वेदरिंग इफेक्ट्स आएंगी, राइट, ड्यू टू मैकेनिकल डिसइंटीग्रेशन और बाय केमिकल डिकम्पोजिशन. तो उसके कारण क्या होगा, जो हमारा रॉक होगा वो छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स में डिवाइड हो जाएगा, जो हम सॉइल के रूप में देख सकते हैं. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द origin of soil. To understand origin of soil, we have to understand about geological cycle of the soil. So there are some stages, okay, to consider a geological cycle. First one is erosion, then transportation, and then deposition, and last one upheaval. Clear? तो ये जो साइकिल है वो कंटिन्यू रहती है, ठीक है. आपको उसकी फिगर में दिखा रहा हूँ. जैसे आप मान लो ये हमारा प्लेस है जहाँ पे पेरेंट रॉक अवेलेबल रहेगा, ठीक है. तो ड्यू टू रेन इफेक्ट, टेम्परेचर इफेक्ट, मैकेनिकल डिसइंटीग्रेशन, केमिकल प्रोसेस, राइट, दिस रॉक इज गोइंग टू disintegrate or decomposed or erode, right. This rock can be moved throughout some factors like wind forces, rainwater, gravitational force, or by formation of glacier. It can be transported through the other place, right. After the transportation process of this soil particles, it will go somewhere and take a rest and settle down, right. So it is called decomposition. Okay. After this decomposition, for the long time it will going to be upheaven here, right. It will settle there and upheave. So again upheave होने के बाद same this process will be start like erosion, transportation, deposition, and upheaval. Again it will move to the erosion. So this is our geological cycle. So यहाँ पे जो जियोलॉजिकल साइकिल है वहाँ पे दो मेन फैक्टर्स हैं अपने, इरोजन एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, राइट. उसके बाद सॉइल जाके सेटल डाउन हो जाएगी. तो जो फर्स्ट इरोजन है हम उसको वेदरिंग भी कहते हैं. तो हम मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट टॉपिक के ऊपर, वेदरिंग के ऊपर. सो वेदरिंग, देयर आर मेनली टू टाइप्स ऑफ वेदरिंग इफेक्ट्स, राइट. फर्स्ट one is called physical weathering, it's also called mechanical weathering, right, and another one is chemical weathering. So in mechanical weathering or physical weathering, the factors responsible are temperature change, melting of ice, or it can be called freezing or thawing effect, right? Or spreading of roots of plants, and next one is abrasion. So these are the factors which are responsible for the physical weathering of rock. Then move to the chemical weathering. In the chemical weathering, the process involved are hydration, carbonation, oxidation, and solution. Okay, so this process can lead to the chemical weathering of the rocks. So let's move to the details about physical weathering. So from the temperature effect, a rock is rapidly changed that can expand or cracks, right? This especially happened with the granite rocks, and they were cooling. So what can I say that, as we know, temperature, high temperature or low temperature can lead to some volumetric changes in material, right? So due to that changes, if rock has a water bound some material, then it will going to decrease in that volume, right? Or it can be shrink, and vice versa. If the rock has a metal type materials, then it will going to expand in volume. Clear? So due to that, temperature changes can affect the rock to expand or crack the rocks, right? And another property is another factor is melting of ice. Okay, so it can be also known, we can also call it a freeze or thaw effect. So in this phenomena, what can affect is when the water is freezes, it will expand. We all know that we all put ice in our freezer, right? What can it be done? When it is going to freeze, the water can expand its volume and make a ice cube, right? Similarly, if moisture seeps into the cracks before winter, right? मतलब जो भी हमारे रॉक्स होंगे उसके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ फिशर्स वगैरह रहेंगे ही, ठीक है? उसमें क्या होता है कि जो रॉक है उसके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ मॉइस्चर रह जाएगा, या फिर रेन वाटर, या फिर आजू बाजू कहीं से भी अगर उसके अंदर पानी आ रहा है, ठीक है, तो ऐसे टाइम में विंटर के टाइम जब वो वाटर जाके फ्रीज होने वाला है, ठीक, तो फ्रीज होगा तो उसके अंदर एक्सपांड होगा क्रैक्स के अंदर, पीसल्स के अंदर, तो वो क्या करेगा, जो हमारा रॉक होगा उसको, उसकी क्रैक को ज़्यादा एक्सपांड कर देगा और रॉक को तोड़ देगा, ठीक है? तो ये चीज़ है फ्रीज एंड थ्रो के अंदर। देन स्प्रेडिंग ऑफ रूट्स ऑफ प्लांट्स। तो हमें तो पता है कि जब जैसे ये फ्रीज एंड थ्रो इफेक्ट हुआ जिसके अंदर आइस हमारा ग्रो हो रहा है, ठीक, मतलब वॉल्यूम चेंज हो रहा है, सिमिलरली पैटर्न में जो रूट्स होंगे वो क्या होंगे, ग्रो अ बिगर एवरी ईयर, राइट? So these roots can drive the rocks apart. Clear? सेम इफेक्ट जैसे फ्रीज एंड थ्रो में आइस के कारण हो रहा था, सेम इफेक्ट जो हमारे रूट्स है प्लांट्स के या फिर ट्रीज के, वो सब क्या करते, जो आफ्टर डे बाय डे और आफ्टर अ ईयर ज़्यादा मात्रा में ग्रो होते हैं, ठीक है? जो रूट्स होंगे वो ज़्यादा बिगर ग्रो करेंगे, तो वो क्या करेंगे, जो भी फीचर्स और क्रैक्स होगी उसको ज़्यादा ब्रेक डाउन करने, ज़्यादा तोड़ेंगे, तो रॉक को तोड़ देगी, तो वो छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स में मूव कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद लास्ट वन इज एब्रेशन। So when the wind blows, it can pick up sand and silt, right? And literally sandblast rock into pieces. So abrasion is nothing. It will be by wind or by moving of this rock with the water in the river beds, right? What happen? The two particles of rock can tempered with each other, or it can be abrased with each other, and it will lead to the smaller particles, right? So this is the physical weathering. Next, move to the chemical weathering. There are the process is, first one is hydration. In hydration, when the rock type material which react or encounter with the water, it will react, right? Like limestone and other rocks in high salt dissolved when the exposed with the water. The water carries away the ions and it will lead to change in the chemical properties or physical properties of the soil, right? So this is the hydration. In carbonation, when the water reacts with the carbon dioxide, it creates carbonic acid. Okay, so we all know that this acid can be dissolve all the things like metals also. So rock will also dissolve, which can dissolve the softer rocks, right? And it will leads to the silt or clay type material. Then oxidation. In terms of oxidation, water and rock particles react with the oxygen. We all know that the erode process, okay, which can be done by oxygen. So in this, cause the minerals and materials to rust and turn into red color. Okay, due to the oxygen, the material going to rust and it transferred into the red color due to the oxidation process. Then next one is solution. In these terms, the minerals in the rock react with the water and surrounded acids, right? So what happened? The hydrogen atom replace the other cations. Okay, it is something we can learn in the chemistry in 12th science, right? For example, जो फेल्सपार रॉक होता है, ठीक है, it will hydrate and turns into the clay type of material. So this is the chemical weathering, right? To understand it, look forward this slide. As I described earlier, hydration, the water combines with the rock in this process and it results in the formation of new chemical reaction. Same terms, carbonation, the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere react with the water to form carbonic acid like H2, CO3, clear. And similarly in oxidation, it is the reaction of atmospheric oxygen with minerals in rock. Oxidation causes decomposition of rocks. Oxidation of rock is more or less similar to the rusting of the iron. Clear? And last one, in solution, some of the soluble rock minerals are washed out from the rock by rainfall or percolating of surface water, thus resulting in the decomposition of rock and formation of soil. So this is the weathering effect of two type, physical and chemical weathering. Due to this weathering, from the parent rock, soil can be formed, right? So when a physical weathering can take place and when the chemical weathering can take place. To understand it, when the area is hot and humid, the chemical weathering can take place. And more relevant, if the area is drier, the physical weathering can take place, right? So here is our today topic. Okay, we can learn about origin and nature of soil, our geological cycle, then this erosion and weathering effect, and in last we can briefly understand about the physical and the chemical weathering. So this is the detail. In next lecture we are going to understand about the transportation process, right, and type of soils. From this last lecture, current lecture, we can understand about the weathering effect. So let's understand which type of rock covered in which type of soil. Okay, From this erosion process or weathering process, the rock type like granite is converted into the silty sand. A basalt rock which can convert it into the clayey soil. The rock like shell and slate is converted into clay or plastic silt. The sandstone is converted into normal sand, and the limestone is converted into the clay or silt. Clear? This type of clay, silt, sand are converted from the parent rock due to the weathering effect on it. Either it is physical or chemical. Hope guys you can understand this topic. If you have questions, then please comment below, and please like, share and subscribe. See you in next lecture. Thank you.